Hi everyone, welcome to the kind of finale episode of my embroidery series. In the past 3 episodes I learned how to embroider. I learned the stitches, I practiced the stitches, and I made 3 practice hoops, which you can see behind me. And I think that I definitely did get better. If you look at the first hoop, you can tell it's my first hoop, but as I go along I can see that my stitches get neater and I've just seen improvement, which is great because today I want to actually make something useful. Like, this is just decorative, I want something that I can actually use. So I decided to embroider a tote bag. So I got a kit with that came with all the supplies. So it came with the bag, it came with a hoop. I now have way too many hoops, but it's fine. I plan to do a lot of embroidery in the future, so that's great. It came with the adhesive pattern thingy on water-soluble paper, so I can just stick it on and start working on the thing. And then it also came with embroidery floss. It also came with a little pouch of scissors, some needles, seam ripper, all of that stuff. I don't know if I'm going to use that. I already have the exact same needle threader thingy, and I have better scissors, and I have these embroidery needles that I really like. But I am going to use all of the other supplies. Now, it did come with instructions. It came with a little booklet with this is going to be the finished design. Then it did also come with a diagram of which colors to use for what and stitch types I'm supposed to use. And it's actually pretty simple because it's only the satin stitch, straight stitch, and the outline stitch, which I've not done on the other ones, on the hoops, but I've read the instructions and it's basically a stem stitch, I believe, or a back stitch, one of those two. I think it's a back stitch. Yeah, anyway, we will see. It also came with a bunch of instructions on basic embroidery stitches that are not really in this design, so I don't know why I have that, but it's okay. It's always good to have more instructions in case I ever need it. I'm also thinking of maybe for some of these thingies to kind of do different stitch types than the ones they want me to do, just to make it a little bit more interesting for me. And probably also for you to watch, but we will see. I'm just going to start with getting this on the actual bag and then putting it in a hoop. I'm a little bit sad though, because I don't think I'll be able to use my embroidery stand when I'm working on this because of the bag. I'll see if I can make it work. I hope so, because I've been really enjoying working with that stand. It's just, yeah, it's been such a relief to not have to hold the thing the whole time with my poor, painful hands. It's fine. And then in terms of stitching, I think I'm going to start with just the really big pieces and then work from big to small, I guess. We will see. I don't know yet. I don't really have that much of a plan. I just want to start. I've been really looking forward to this. I'm so excited. And let's start by getting this onto the bag and putting the bag in the hoop. And then we can start thinking about stitching. Okay, I managed to get it in the hoop, which was a bit of a struggle, but I did it. It's not perfectly centered in the hoop, but the design should be at least centered on the back. At least the space on the side should be the same. I measured it. I've also prepped the first 2 threads. I'm going to start with the brown and the blue. So I'm first going through the bookshelf in brown, and then I'm just going to start working all the blue books and probably just work on the other books and then do all the flowers and plants and stuff. So I'm just going to start. I'm slightly annoyed that I cannot put this on the embroidery stand. Not just because it's easier to hold and to work, but because it's also easier to film because it keeps it in one place. And when I'm holding it by hand, it kind of moves a bit more. So bear with me. I'm just going to start. This is just going to be an incredibly long satin stitch. So let's do the first stitch. It should be fun. There we go. We have officially started. I mean, this paper is already falling off. It's fine. We have our very first stitch. There we go. I think I'm going to kind of weave through this because I don't like how it's just loose like that. And I think it will look nice as well. So I'm going to do that because this is, yeah, I don't think this is very good. Okay, so a couple of updates. I finished the shelf and I just did all of the weaving like I said I would. And then I also backstitch around the edge to tidy it up a little bit. And I think it actually looks really nice. I also like that it's different stitch because everything else is going to be satin stitch. So I feel like it adds a little bit of visual interest to have this shelf in the middle be different. I also finished all of the blue. Well, that's not true. This book here is also supposed to be blue, but I think I want it to be a different color because I don't really want 4 blue books next to each other. So I'm going to work on some of the other books first and then I'll see, based on what I have left over, which color this is going to be. I'm just going to keep going. I think I am now going to work on... I think I'm going to do the pink books now. Should be fun. I finished most of the bigger blocks of color work on the books. And this book right here, that was supposed to be another blue one, I decided to just use the pink because I had a lot of pink left over and I think it kind of worked with the other pink ones being here and then an extra pink one here. So what I'm now going to do is work on the kind of detail work on the books. So like these little openings I have, and then I need to add some detail work to the other ones. And then once that is done, I can move on to the flowers and stuff like that. But I think it's looking pretty good so far. It's definitely an improvement when you look at my very first piece of embroidery and then look at this one. I think it's looking way nicer and I'm just really excited to keep going. I'm having a lot of fun, so I really look forward to working on this whenever I can, so let's keep going. So this is what we have so far. I finished all of the detailing on the books. I also filled in the pages on this book. Both flower pots are done. And I am now ready to start working on the flowers. I think I want to start with the actual flowers themselves. And for that I'm supposed to use these colors. However, my two least favorite colors in the world are yellow and orange. So I decided to just use something else. I have a lot of pink thread left over from my practice hoops. So I'm planning on using that. I decided to not swap out this one because I think it's nice to have something different than just all pink. So together it's going to be like this. I'm just going to do that first, and then once that is done, I'm going to fill in all of the leaves and all of the greenery with this green thread. And then it's done. It's going really, really quick and I'm really, really enjoying it. And yeah, I think it's looking really, really nice. It's definitely not perfect. I am not a pro. I'm still a beginner, but I'm happy with it and that's the most important thing. So let's keep going. And here we have the flowers, I guess, done, or like the colorful parts of the little plant thingies. I also added some like French knots in different places just for some more, I don't know, like dimension, I guess. And just to add a little bit more of a visual interest because everything else is the same stitch type. So I thought it would be fun to add a little something and I think I really like it. Now I need to just work green, green, green and more green, just all along the leaves and the stems. And then it is done. And here it is, the finished bag in all its glory. I think it looks really, really, really nice. It's definitely not perfect. I mean, from a distance, it looks really, really nice. Up close, however, you can tell that I'm not a professional because the lines on the books, like the vertical lines, are not very straight at all. There's some wonky stuff going on, but it's fine. I'm a beginner, I'm learning, and I think the most important thing is that I'm having a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed this kind of mini embroidery series, and now I'm really excited to move on to the next craft, which is kind of in the same realm, I guess. I'm not going to tell you yet, you'll have to wait and see. But for now, we're finishing this mini series. Thank you for watching. If you haven't seen any of the other videos in this embroidery series, I will make sure to link it in the little I button. Subscribe so you don't miss out on the next mini series. Have a great day and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.